Hey guys, it's Wendy here with Wendy's Plans, and today I thought we could decorate my journals. We're going to see how this goes. I saw this technique. I was young, guys. I was probably my teens, early 20s, and I have always had it in the back of my mind that I wanted to do it on something. Never have. So we're going to try and see if we can do it today. So guys, stick around. Alrighty, guys. So I kind of got things ready, so I could it would make it easier on me to do. Now the booklet that I am using is a darker brown, but it's also like this one, so it's just like this. And I have bought another Kleenex. These are tissues, and to cover this one, and I'm going to use this washi tape. I have not prepared that one because I know this one's going to take time to dry. And while it's drying, I'm going to work on getting that one ready. And then I'll come back and we'll do that one. This is going to be in steps because everything's going to have to dry. And the other thing that I am going to do is I have these that I got from Jet Pens. I'm going to cover these two. I haven't decided yet which way I'm going to go, but I kind of have a way in my mind that I want to do it. We'll see if that works. But with this one, we're using these napkins. Now, I am going to show you the napkin when it's whole. It's just like this. But these are 3-ply. So you have to go in and pull the white backing off because when it gets wet, it's going to separate from the top. And we're going to use Mod Podge. So you have to go in there. Once you get them started, it's really easy. I bought it up already. But this is what it looks like. It's just the base part of the napkin. And you just separate this from it. And it'll peel right off, I promise. I have not had a problem with the Kleenex nor this one. But you just, once you get it to turn loose. And as I said, it's really easy. Okay. So right here, it's already started. So once you get it to pull loose, it just pulls right off. So this technique, I hope, is going to be simple. And then I have a second notebook that I thought I would use this combination with. So we're going to get started by doing the traveler's notebook first. And I probably should have gotten like a little container to squeeze this into, but I think we're just going to go for it. It's been a long time since I've worked with Mod Podge. So I'm not really, I don't really remember a whole lot. I could have been prepared to get this off, right? So you use the Mod Podge to adhere it, and then, okay, it just popped. You let it dry, and you have to let it dry about 30 minutes between each application. And then once it is dry, you go over the top to kind of give it a protectant. So this is my thought process, is I am going to flip this back. Oh, guys, I didn't open my things. Okay. Not cool, Wendy. I don't travel with a lot of art supplies. So I went yesterday and bought the Mod Podge and then these sponge applicators. I want to keep this as in place as I can. So the first thing we're going to do is give an ample amount to the cover. I've got this on wax paper. I didn't have anything else to put it on. Don't really need to get it to the edge because this is not going to go to the edge, but so it'll be okay if I don't get it all the way to the edge of the front. There we go. Now we're going to try to put this down as even as we can. There we go. Now I am going to turn it. We're going to do the same thing. It's like Elmer's glue. You never forget the smell of the product. Or the white paste we used to use in school. All right, so now I am going to let this one dry. So I'm going to run and lay this on my kitchen counter, and I'm going to lay something heavy on it, so on the edges, so it'll stay flat. Alrighty, guys. Now, I am thinking it's going to be really difficult to do this technique on the binding that's on this one. So my first thought was to just do one on the front, flip it over, one on the back. But I think what I'm going to do is I am going to center this the best that I can. And I think once it's dried, I will come back and cut the edge. Could, once it's done, do it on the back side like that, and then take it around as far as it goes on the back. Now I could do that, okay. I think what we're going to do first is just get the front. We're going to just kind of make a halfway part, or and this will dry clear. So if I go too far down or too far over, it'll be okay. Really wet underneath. Now we are going to, I am just going to go out on the limb and say um, the napkins are a little bit thinner. Than the tissues, believe it or not. Okay, so we're going to let this dry. It's going to kind of give it like a decoupage look. And when it's all dried, we'll come back, put the top coat on, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys, so you have to let this sit for 30 minutes, dry for 30 minutes, and then we go over it with another coat. This is the water-based glue, sealer, and finish. So according to the directions, it says dry 30 minutes between coats to eliminate tackiness. Apply clear acrylic sealer over cured Mod Podge. But you can't, it's not going to be a cured until 4 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over the top and let it sit and dry for another 30 minutes. And then in 4 weeks, I'm not sure if I'm going to be in Wilmington or if I'm going to be on my way to the next location. So one of the two, I will go in and put the acrylic on there. So we're going to go ahead and do this step. I don't think I have to put as heavy a coat on for this particular step. And this is a matte finish. And I think what I am going to do is wait overnight for this to dry and then put the washi tape on the edges, because I want to make sure it's good and dry, number one. And then when I do the acrylic, which I'm going to have to buy, I want the acrylic to cover the washi tape and the cover. And that's just going to secure it even more. Okay, so that is one side. And we're going to do this, and I will show you the others that I did. I wanted something different. And when I saw these in the shop, I thought, oh, I've always wanted to do that technique. So that's what we're going to do. Now, let me show you the other notebook. So I did this one off camera. And I'm going to be honest, I did not use as much of the Mod Podge on when I put this one down. I think it does help. Guys, if you're going to try this technique, just kind of play around with it, because some of these, like the napkins and the Kleenexes definitely were thicker. I know not every place is going to have these particular Kleenex, or I should say tissues. They're not actually physically Kleenex. That's a trade brand. But if you can find a printed tissue, you can do this technique. You can do it with a napkin. And we're going to get back to those. But I did not put nearly as much to hold it down on this one or the A5 journal. And I think that's a better way to go. I thought originally that it would be better to go ahead and adhere it with a heavier amount. And guys, it's really probably just the opposite. So I'm not going to put a lot, because all I want it to do is to just protect it a little bit. And so we're going to let both of these dry. I'm sitting them down behind me. Now, my thought process on this one was I was going to wrap it. I don't think I am. What I think I'm going to do, I went and got my really nice heavy duty scissors. And I think we're going to trim it down right to the edge. Might be easier to do it this way. Well, you know, I'm not really sure. There we go. And now when I put the coat on it, I'm also thinking once I put the acrylic on there, and I have it with the this will be dry and cured enough that I can trim it better and get it closer. It's just really hard to trim this material. We're just making this up as we go, guys. I'm just saying. Like I said, I saw this technique. It was being done on, I think they were putting it on something that was wooden, but this is not going to adhere well to this binding. I can tell that right now. So I do think the trick is going to be, once this is dried, is to go along the edges with the washi, and then once that's done and we put the acrylic over all of it, it's going to hold it. Now we're going to do the same thing with this one. My first thought was, what are you going to do with all the extra ones, Wendy? You can use the napkins, you can use the tissues, but I think I might hold on to them and maybe create more if I decide to. There we go. This really has been a fun little project. I'm really limited to what I can do when I'm in an Airbnb, to be honest. So this was really a quick little craft that you can do. And guys, I think kids would like to do this. Like if they've got, you know, for girl, well, boys journal too, but if you've got a girl that's got wants a journal, you could just buy an inexpensive notebook and let her do this technique. Just supervise. Because it's honestly, there's no right or wrong way to put the stuff on there. It's the way you want it. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to let these dry, and then I will put the washi tape on it tomorrow, and then I will finish up this to the point that I'm just waiting on the acrylic. I will come back and show you the look after I do the washi tape. And then once they're cured, I'll probably, and put the acrylic on it, I'll probably show a picture on Instagram. So guys, I'm going to insert the washi next, and then we'll go on from there. Okay guys, so this is the last step, and I lost the footage on this, so I'm just going to tell you what I have done is I have come in and put washi on one side of the journal. We're going to put it on the other side, but the directions on the Mod Podge says if it's tacky, you would need to put acrylic on it. Well, guys, it's not tacky. It's been sitting for over 24 hours. It's not tacky, so I don't feel like I need to do that step. So we're going to go ahead and finish these out and put the other washi on the back, and then they'll be ready to use. Now, the texture on this, when you put the Mod Podge on it, really feels like a leathery feel. I don't know if that helps you any or not, but just in case you're wondering what it feels like. So all I'm going to do is put this across the edge. And my thought process for doing this step is that this is going to be the area that's going to get the most abuse, you know, opening and closing. So I thought it would make sense to kind of give it a little extra protection. So I have done the same washi on both ends. You don't have to do this step because it is glued pretty well. So that is the first one. On this one, I thought I would use this narrow. And the other thing I am going to do is I am going to set something heavy on here because that glue is a water-based. And so it does, these covers are really thin. And so it does make them kind of get out of shape. So I am going, I like that, the dots on that side. By weighting it down, it'll just kind of force it back. It will never be the original because, you know, I've added so much moisture to it. Okay. So now that is the second cover. Guys, I can't wait to start using these. There we go. Then on this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I know I want to go across the top. Go across the bottom. And then I think just to add a little extra protection, and do this. If I feel like it needs it, I may put some packing tape, that clear packing tape across here. But I think we're going to try it like this for now and see how we like it. I thought these butterflies would be so cute with the tulips. I'm going to leave this long, and when I flip it around, I can cut it even. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing, open it. I do believe that these bigger notebooks that I used were a little dark for this technique, but it was fun to do it and try it. I mean, you never know until you try it. Oops. It doesn't want to stay down on these. It doesn't look like, so I might have to do the clear tape. We'll see. There we go. Maybe if I push them down really good. There we go, guys. So that's 1, 2, 3 or 4 journals ready to go when I'm ready for them. So I don't know if these are just going to be just regular journals, travel journals, or photo journals of some of the things that I do, but we'll see. But I can't wait to use them. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you want to try this technique. Guys, it is really easy. So if you enjoyed this technique, leave a book down below. And until next time, guys, bye-bye.